All right, hey, hi, here we go. Come train with me. That's right. You, me, be months catching your breath. What is that from The Color of Money? You, me, Carmen on the road. Okay, you, me, training at my place. I got an Air BNB above this place, and I'm starting to find out that this is pretty slick. I got some openings in our Air BNB calendar in September, October. I think November it might be fully booked, but coming up here in September, October. So if you're interested, you can rent our Airbnb through Airbnb. I'll put the link in the description. Look at me, such an influencer, link in the description below. But that's what I'll do for our Airbnb. And then you'll be able to see the calendar. And if you're interested in coming to Minnesota and training with me for a few days, or whatever you want to do, we'll go through how that'll set up. But basically, it's a sick setup because you'd be right here. The table's right below you. We can do our work, and then you can kind of like relax for a minute upstairs, and then if you want to come back down later, you can come down back to later and train and practice some of the stuff we worked on that day. So it's cool. I never really thought about it, but then I'm like, wait a second, a dude from New Jersey, Patrick. Hey, Patrick, hopefully you're still working on your game and finding value in the channel and all that. But Patrick came out, and maybe if Patrick sees this video, he could comment below in the comments and say how his experience was with me. But Patrick came out, and it was cool because it's unsolicited. He just sent me an email and said, hey, I've been watching your stuff and I want to come out and train with you. Connects with me. And yeah, he came out and it was cool. He booked the Airbnb for 6 or 7 days, flew out from New Jersey. I picked him up at the airport. He had dinner with our family most nights. It was pretty cool. And then we trained about 2 hours a day. And it's $100 an hour. So I just said, this is what it is. And it's like, I think that the perfect amount is 2 hours for me and for a student to learn. Any more than that, it becomes oversaturation, and I don't think it's effective learning. So I think I like, because it was his idea to come out and train a couple hours a day. And I think, yeah, that's basically, because I never thought about doing these, that's basically perfect. I agree with that. And I like it. And so that's what he did. He came out in 5 days in a row. We trained 2 hours a day, and we worked on biomechanics, physics, geometry, strategy, and some mental game stuff. And then I took him to leagues one night. And we watched some strategy. We went and watched Joel and Nancy play a tournament, talk some strategy and things. And so it was just kind of a relaxed time, hopefully, for him. And there was a lot of learning that happened and just had fun. So, yeah, so that's kind of what I'm offering. And the reason why I'm making this video is because I was going to make it after he came out, and it kind of just, I lost track of it in my mind brain. I was busy with some other projects for Hardwood Flooring and making content and stuff. And then last week, another guy hit me up, and it's a great story, and I'm going to tell his story because it's valuable to all of us as players here on the channel. And so he hit me up from Indiana last week, and he's like, hey, I want to come out. I'm going to drive out. Sure, it's probably 10 hours or something, 10 hours. I know Derby's in Indiana. It's about 10 hours to drive there, 11 hours. So anyways, he's going to make the drive with his wife. They're going to stay at the Airbnb, and we're going to do lessons for, I think he's coming out for 5 days, and we're going to do 4 or 5 days of lessons. 2 hours a day, and just work on these components of pool and just help him with his game and get him a plan so that he knows how to train moving forward on his own. That was what I spent a lot of time with Patrick on when he was here, is kind of like teaching him how to teach himself. And that's what I've talked about with Irene on these videos. That's what I've talked about on other videos on this channel. And it's like, I'm here to teach you guys how to teach yourself. And so if I have somebody at my house for a week, I would hope by the time they leave, the very minimum that I've taught them is how to teach themselves how to learn pool. And I think I taught Patrick a lot more than that. But, you know, I do think that's a takeaway that he probably got from me, is how to train and how to teach himself shots in pool. So it's cool. So it was awesome. But the dude from Indiana, Michael, hit me up, and again, unsolicited, and he's asking me, and I'm like, yeah, I just had a dude out, so why don't you come out? I give him my Airbnb calendar, and I said, you know, just after we talked and things, I'm like, book your time and I'll make it work around you, right? Because it's just a couple hours a day. Unless I'm out of town, I can totally make it work. And it's awesome and it's fun and it's has impact, right? And so I believe in it. So I'm like, yeah, like let's make time, and I appreciate it. Like I appreciate the filling my schedule up, and that's great too, right? I'm not doing it for free, so it's awesome. Yeah, and so here's the great story. So I'm like, hey Michael. I go, hey Michael, how did you find me on YouTube? He goes, yep. He goes, I'm going to tell you a funny story, Josh. He goes, I watched your videos. I've been watching them for about a week. And he goes, you made a video and it was like somewhere around 480. Your 2-ball run is kind of your max, and 3-ball run ghost. I'd probably bet on the 3-ball ghost with a 480. And that's on a 9-foot table, a diamond, a tight 9-foot table. Well, this is even funnier. He goes, I watched that video and I thought, I don't believe him. It can't be true. Basically, I'm kind of paraphrasing and being hyperbolic, but basically he calls bullshit, right? And so he goes down and he's got a 7-foot diamond, and he goes down on a 7-foot diamond and he throws out 3 balls, and he said he couldn't beat the 3-ball ghost, and he's a 500, okay? Flat, like right around flat 500. And he was shocked, right? And then he just couldn't beat it. And then he's like, all right, this is ridiculous. Let me pull out the donuts. So he pulls out the donuts and puts up 3-ball runs with donuts so he can continue to hit the same 3-ball pattern, and can't beat the ghost that way either. Can't like beat it more than 50%. Meaning like if he raced that pattern to 10, he was finding out that he wasn't gonna win. And so he was like, I immediately thought I got to call this guy and I got to go train with him, And I just told him, I said, it's like I have a crystal ball, bro. And it was just a funny story because that's on a bar table, and it's the way it goes. I see it, and it's like I said on my last video, I'm a pattern guy, right? So I see the patterns in play, and it's not judging, it's not anything. It's just, to me, it's a reality thing. So it was cool that challenged him to do it, and he learned a lot from that situation, and it got him into reality. All these things that we're trying to do, that I'm trying to do for myself, that I'm trying to do for you guys, we're trying to do together as a community, I guess you'd say. And it was just really cool that worked for him, right? So then, and then the other thing cool is that, I make these statements and I make these videos, and I make myself like vulnerable to everybody, right? That has a phone and internet connection. And so I believe in what I say. I don't have any problem making the statements I make, and I wouldn't make them if I wasn't sure. And not that I'm always right. I can be wrong sometimes. So of course I can be wrong. I can be incorrect. And I could go through all the ways that I've been incorrect in this couple-year process of teaching people, but mostly I just say what I believe, and I believe what I say, and I just put it out there. And it's cool that I make a bold statement, cotton, dodgeball, the ocho, and I say, I know how many balls a person can run that's 480 to 500, and it's cool that someone said bullshit, because if he said bullshit, there's probably hundreds of people in the comments that think the same thing, and it's cool to get a call back from this guy and say, you know what, I called bullshit. I went down into my basement table and I found out that was correct, and so now I'm driving 10, 12 hours, staying at your house, investing all this time and money because I want to learn from you. And so to me, that's a really cool, story, and makes me feel awesome and gives me like more like confidence to know that I can just keep trying to help people, and I got to stand my ground. And I'm not here to tell people what they want to hear. I'm here to tell people what I know and what I think can help them, and it's cool. So it's just one little deposit I can put in my bank, and I like it. I appreciate it. So thank you for sharing that, Michael, and thank you for coming out, and I'm looking forward to having you here, and I'm going to do everything I can to make it magical for you. So it's going to be awesome. And then, so that's it. So I guess the big thing is, if you want to come out, come on out. You know, hit me up first. I don't want, you know, you guys know my full weirdo. I got to find out your weirdo and make sure that our weirdos match, because, but I don't so much, right? And this is what I love about this channel, is that I show you guys everything, and I'm super vulnerable and I'm super transparent. So if you guys like me and you want to have me be your trainer, and you like what I have to say, and you believe there's nothing that I'm presenting that isn't authentic. So what I'm saying is, usually when people say I want to come out, it's like I've pre-screened, right, through being authentic and being straightforward and being bold, and that's it. So it would be very shocking to me if somebody came out here and they were in my garage and I'm like, I don't understand, like, this person's so results focused and so raging and so everything that you know, an engineer-y, and they're fighting with me on every point. Like, I just don't think that's possible. Like, I think that this is such a good, you know, this channel is such a good, like, screening process for me. But I still want to make sure we chat, right? Because I want to be respectful of you and your time and your money, and I want to be respectful of me and my time and my efforts. So I think we should chat first. But, you know, if you guys want to jump on the calendar for Air BNB, even before you schedule with me, because you don't want to lose that time, because that Airbnb fills up kind of fast, well, then just, you can cancel it. We have free cancellation and stuff. So just, if you want to book the time and then verify with me that we're good to go, that would be perfect. And then, you know, whatever, like, dude that's coming in is coming in Thursday, I think, through Monday, because then he doesn't have to use up a bunch of vacation time. I'm totally fine with that. I'm totally fine with that. So, like, anytime, any place, anywhere, as long as it's at my house and it's only a couple hours a day, we're golden. And I'm not out of town, so yeah, it's cool. And yeah, I think you guys would love it. I mean, honestly, I think it'd be really cool. So yeah, yeah, it's good. And I like it, and I appreciate it, and I'm excited about it. And it's hard, man. It's So my wife was asking me, how many of these are you going to do a month? And I'm like, whew, I guess I'd have to see the demand, you know, because I wouldn't want to do one a week, because I'd be exhausted. Because it's not just, well, for me, teaching isn't just, I just don't mail it in and just sit here and stare at the wall and have you shoot shots and run you through some sort of, like, set system. It's like, it's more art than science, teaching people. And it's hard to just approach it that way, and it's emotional, and I'm an emotional guy, and I'm an excited guy, and I'm an energy guy, and I'm a passion guy. So it's like, you know, after 4 or 5 days of that, and then I'm a little bit of low-key stress guy, of course. I want to make sure everyone's having a great time and they're taken care of and they get what they need, and I'm trying to be a super host, you know, which we are on Airbnb. But that's, like, doesn't just happen, you know. I don't just roll to the bed and I'm just kidding, roll out of the rack like that. So yeah, stuff takes time and takes energy, but I love doing it. So I guess my answer would be, you know, probably, like, if I had a couple people coming in a month, I could handle that, and that'd be cool. But if I had, you know, every day, like 20 days of the month, I had to teach 2 hours to somebody that flew in and had all these expectations and stuff, I would just be like, it's a lot, you know, to do. So it's funny, because I'm totally confident and comfortable with how I teach and what I have to say and the things that I can deliver for people, but I still, you know, maybe one of the reasons why I'm confident is because I put pressure on myself to you know, to perform and to make sure it's as close to, you know, 5 stars I can make it every single day. So I don't know, but anyway, so that's a long way to say that I don't know how many days. So I'll have to see if this thing drops and people are interested, and my calendar starts getting booked out, then I'll start blocking out the Airbnb, or I'll have to, like, stretch people out longer or something, because I don't want to. But I'm not really concerned about that. Let's just open season it and see how it goes. It's kind of like turn the video on and go, right? No edits. Actually, I edited a video Yesterday I edited a video. Ami showed me how to do an edit with a little wave cut, and I was talking about some stuff with braking and how the balls, how I see the rack after it breaks, and I just thought, oh, this is douchey. I want to get rid of it. So I got rid of it, and it turned into a thing. But like I always say, no edits. But sometimes I'll cut a little edit here and there. One out of every. I mean, I have 115 or 120 videos. I might have like 2 edited videos where I cut something out that I didn't like. So, well, there you go. And it wasn't like performance based. It was more like something I said that I didn't really, I thought wasn't going to land with people, or maybe came off as arrogant or whatever. You know, I just want to be respectful of people. And now it's very funny. I did 300 videos at the club. No edits, no nothing, showed everything. And there was one video out of 300 where we had a training night, and I hit the balls so bad that night. It's the worst. I mean, how many nights of training did I do at that place? Twice a week for, I don't know. I mean, I probably did 100 training nights out of that place. And I had one training night where I just was dog water. And Jolie looked at me and he goes, I don't think you should release that one. And I was like, all right, Jolie, we're not releasing that one. So, but other than that, man, I missed a lot of shots. I've shown a lot. I've shown my ass out here, Vincent. I got nothing left to teach you guys. So, so that's it. So that was my one edit story, like where I actually canned it. I just didn't release it. So, yeah, but mostly I just running and gunning here. So, okay, this is enough. I love you guys. Have a good day. Hit me up if you want to come out. And if you want to talk to me before you schedule it, or maybe all good. That's probably the way to do it, because then I can manage my schedule a little better. So if you're still here watching this nonsense, my ending stuff, yeah, just, do it whatever way you want to do it, but we'll get it. It'll get scheduled fast. It's no problem for scheduling. So, okay. It'll be fun, it'll be exciting, and I'd love to see you guys. And it's a 1-bedroom. By the way, the Air BNB, I'll put a link in the description, but it's a 1-bedroom. It fits a couple, or a couple with a kid, or a couple with a dog, or whatever. We allow pets. There's a small pet fee, but it's a 5-star. We're a super host. It's a beautiful Airbnb. It's really cute. We're in the woods. This is just a sick place to be, and we're close, like 15 minutes from the airport, 15 minutes from the Mall of America. If you fly in, I can probably just pick you up at the airport, all that stuff. So, okay, be cool. We'll talk to you. See ya. Bye.